Hi, welcome to Life in a Bottle, Season 2, Episode
9.
9. They practice that. I'm Mitch,
Thought
this
you
is
might
Kyle.
be participating here.
This is Cody. No, I did the 2 on the Season 2. You guys were the... Anyway, before we get into what we're doing, just a quick little note. Crazy week, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, a
insane.
lot of craziness.
A lot of uncertainty.
Yeah.
I think, which is freaking people out the most.
So I think it's official now because I'm about to say it. You know, we're not going to do our whiskey event, which is supposed to be for next week. So that'll be postponed. We'll get Jeremy back. But we are going to stay open. We're open. We're there for you. You can order online, pick up at any of the 3 stores. We'll bring it out to your car if you want. And we're working on expanding our delivery abilities as well. And we'll send an email out once that's kind of dialed in a little better. So, today we're here to talk about this lovely rosé. And it's our first rosé of the, well, we don't want to say season. Because
No,
for us,
it's not
rosé,
a
there is not a
season.
season.
It's always
like a
rosé
right.
season.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
We had a few bottles at the holiday party. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In case you haven't noticed, there's always rosé on the shelf in Anconas, and
Yeah.
you know we're pretty proud of the selection even in the winter. So
Yep.
this
so-
is a freshie though.
Yeah, I'm excited about this. So we're in France. More specifically, we're in,
In Provence.
okay, and even more specifically,
We are in the Côte de Provence, and we're in the village of Bandol. This is the 2018 Fontbrune Bandol Rosé.
fantastic. So what do we know about the producer themselves?
So this is a small little producer and a custom project for the importer. Val d'Aronc is the name of the producer, and they've been making wine since '91. They're in conversion to organic, which is pretty exciting. And this is just a 150 case project. We're psyched. We're psyched to have a pretty good chunk of that 150 cases.
Grapes? Let's talk. What is in there? What
So
varieties are we talking about?
in Bandol, Mourvèdre is king, followed by we have a little bit of Grenache and a little bit of Sanso as well.
Okay.
This is 80% Mourvèdre.
So they're practicing organic, not certified, and predominantly it looks like 80% Mourvèdre,
10
10%.
Grenache,
Yep.
10 Sanso. Yep.
Great. And it comes in at a what weight? Oh, 13.5. So nice, not too over the top.
13.5. Not super high octane, but carrying just a little bit of weight. Bandol always usually just has a little more richness. It's relatively full-bodied rosé.
Well, I think a lot of people are going to expect that on the Mediterranean, like Provence is, that it's really, really warm.
Yeah.
And in fact, in that region of the Mediterranean, it really isn't. I mean, they're looking at like mean annual temperatures of like 60 to 70 degrees. So yeah, they've got warm days like anybody else, but for where they're located, it's not screaming hot. So they get some good ripeness, but it's really balanced. And especially with winemakers like this, they can keep that structure and acidity really in check.
So with that, let's jump right in the glass.
Yeah,
what
for
do we,
sure.
What do we call in color?
This is almost like a pale salmony sort of color.
Yeah, I
Yep.
think that's
Pale
a good-
salmon.
That's a good call.
On the nose, lots of fun things.
Yeah.
It's very complex,
It's complex.
rosé. I get peach skin and like almost like a little bit of like almost like a clementine sort of skin.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
tangerine.
Yep.
Wildflowers, just a little bit of fresh cream.
There's some green herbs.
Yeah.
There's
Really,
some
really
gravelly stone,
pleasant
too. Yeah.
pleasant nose. Really
beautiful.
nice. Yeah.
In case anyone's not familiar with Mourvèdre, this is the same grape as Spanish Monastrell.
Yeah.
It's
As
much
if,
less
as if
famous
wine
under
wasn't confusing enough.
exactly.
Yeah.
And there's really no region that specializes in Mourvèdre, which is why it's not very famous, except for Bandol, which is a little fishing village in the Mediterranean turned resort town. It's a very famous vacation spot now. It's for good reason. This place is gorgeous.
Yes, and the wine is absolutely beautiful.
So what do we on the palate?
It's got that like just barely ripe strawberry raspberry
Yep.
kind of thing.
Yep.
It's like
Yeah.
they're on the vine. They're not quite juicy yet, but
Right. And they're when you put them and you eat them, they're firm.
Yes,
Right. They're
and
not
tart.
mushy. Right. Yeah.
Yep.
That's a really
I
good.
get a little wild strawberry too, and like a creaminess. It reminds me a little bit of Liquid Farm Rosé.
You know, the other
Yeah.
100%.
I don't know if that's a compliment to this one or to Liquid Farm Rosé, but I love them both.
I think both. I think we hold them.
Yeah.
We hold the Liquid Farm in a pretty
Yeah,
high
I just think
pedestal,
we
so-
like rosé made from a bed. You know. So, where are we going? Food choices. Besides, you know, I think we were spurred to do a rosé this week because we had some nice 50, 55, 60-degree weather this week. Although today's a little gray and in the high 40s, I think, which is still not too bad for March. So yeah, obviously warmer weather coming in, sitting on your deck with friends around a whatever.
100%.
But beyond that, where are we going food-wise?
I think this is one of those wines where you hear people say if it grows together, it goes together. And I want savory with this. I want like olives and stuff like that. I had actually the last bottle of Bandol Rosé that I had when I went to Newport, and I had a Portuguese cod with like chorizo and olives and a little broth with some clams, and it was perfect.
Sounds great,
It was
dude.
really good.
That sounds great.
Wow. I'm hungry now. What do you got, man?
Yeah, I mean, I think really any kind of seafood, but what I was thinking is like a nice like grilled octopus.
Yes.
It's very famous in Bandol to pair this kind of wine with aioli. That's kind of like the textbook pairing. But anything with garlic, rosé like this seems to marry perfectly. So
Anything that has that
perfect
great
for-
savory hit. I
exactly,
think.
exactly.
Savory, kind of like a gluten-free pretzel stick.
Just like a gluten-free pretzel stick.
Dude, it's a challenging time, you know. It's like I went to the supermarket and I swear it was like it was gonna snow
Were
for
the
like
shelves swept?
oh man. There
Well,
was
I'm gonna start with the
so many.
light-bodied.
Well, it's funny because I was gonna look to see who picked what, the pretzel rod or the pretzel stick.
I think I'm just reaching for whatever's closest
closest?
at this point.
Same. I wasn't gonna make the Hail Mary for the full-body pretzel.
I think I prefer the pretzel rod, to be honest with you.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, you can do this easy.
I find these to be more crushable.
Crunchy versus crispy that's the debate. And it's
Might be. I grew up.
a
Yeah, the
debate that we're
crunching
still
stuff.
having, huh?
I grew up eating like my mom always had like pretzel rods in the house, so I'm very much used to that.
I had the big pretzel nugs.
My mom still has those.
Yeah.
Like those, they're like that, and they
big
almost seem
guys,
like they're
yeah.
split in the middle.
You know, I don't know about you guys, but I find a little bit of sea salt on these pretzels just works perfectly with,
Yeah.
with
I'm
the
saying,
salinity of the
that
Bandol.
savory, man, it goes really nicely.
I was
I don't
kind
know
of
if you
joking
planned
about
this,
it, but
but-
I did 100%, dude. I was like, I went through all the snack foods I could. I went Fritos, I went Cheez-Its, I went Cheetos, and the gluten-free pretzels, that little bit.
Gluten-free, it's meant to be.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That calls for another pretzel.
I was gonna say.
All right.
Wheat thins would be good too, I think.
Well, next time we do wheat thins, I promise.
Fair enough.
Here's to pretzels and
Cheers.
Bandol
Bandol
Rosé.
Rosé. I'm not mad.
If you're just killing time at home, because everyone seems to be at home. Let's talk about what's going on. So, yes, unfortunately, we're going to postpone the whiskey event, right? But we'll get it back on there. The Wine 101 is a little further out, but I have a feeling we're postponing that as well.
I feel like safe and sorry is the name of the game at
Right.
this stage. I think things are still expanding pretty exponentially, so let's see where it goes.
And again, to talk a little bit, like, we're you guys know, we're a pretty clean store.
Oh, yeah.
We do cleaning every
Oh,
day,
yeah.
but we've even upped it more than that. So, and like I said, always order, pick up in the store, we'll bring it to your car, that's fine. And then we're just sort of getting it a little bit more dialed in as far as home delivery. So, but we're still doing exciting things. Like, what do you got in the magic box today? I'm gonna call it the magic box now.
I have literally nothing in the magic box.
Oh, sorry, you don't have the magic box. Cody has the magic box. Oh, look, we spoke of this, I think, a little bit last week. Our Elijah Craig barrel came in. So this is now, correct me if I'm wrong, this is now in all 3 stores?
Yeah, it went
Fantastic.
today.
Yeah. So came in last week. It's now distributed to all 3 stores. Very excited. Tasted this. This probably goes back 5 months,
Yeah.
give or take. Yeah.
It was November that we tasted it.
Yeah. It kind of gives you a sense of how long some of these projects take.
They did a nice job with it.
Elijah Craig is one of
good.
those producers where they're part of the Heaven Hills. I hate to use the word brands because it sounds so impersonal, but family. They're part of the Heaven
it's a
Hills family.
Yeah.
And Elijah Craig, the small batch stuff that they produce, is consistently just delicious, especially for the price. I feel like for the price that Elijah Craig small batch goes for, you
These
need
pretzels are making me thirsty.
worse things have happened. There's worse things you could be drinking.
Sorry, that's a Seinfeld thing, by the way.
Yeah.
Did you not know that?
Seinfeld's not my jam.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No?
I just missed the boat on Seinfeld.
Apparently, I'm too old. Anyway,
just old enough.
just.
But
I called for a pretzel.
Sorry, that's going to be really loud.
that's going to be a thing, though.
That's a lovely.
and that's what happens when we clip.
We might always have pretzels from now on.
Yeah, the quality to price ratio for Elijah Craig is what I was trying to get across. It's great whiskey for not a lot of money, especially compared to what a lot of other bourbons go for, and a lot of other bourbons of this quality can go easily twice that much. So,
Do you know how difficult it is to eat a pretzel quietly?
yeah,
Super
I can
difficult.
imagine.
So we're not going to joke around anymore, but this is our second barrel of Elijah Craig. Why? Because it's rock solid, and it's a good price point. Super delicious, drinkable.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna kill you. You know, we've had some barrels where everything's $100 a bottle type of thing.
Yeah.
This is not that, and that's why we're going to continuously go back. We did the normal thing. We tasted through a bunch of samples. We debated and came up with this particular barrel, and I stand by it.
And nothing about it is going to kill you. The price isn't going to kill you, and the heat. It's 94 proof, but I don't think I'd guess it.
Nope.
I definitely wouldn't guess 94
Nope.
proof. It goes down real smooth.
They do that really well.
I tasted that yesterday when we were getting that email out. And it's just freaking delicious. It's really good.
Is there anything else in the magic box?
We got some nice sample bottles, but
Right. That's
you'll find out about those
Yeah.
eventually.
So the other thing we do on a day like today, besides shoot a video and eat pretzels, is we go through sample bottles. So we're about to do that now, and hopefully discover some other really cool, fun wines to bring to you eventually. But
Especially if you're a one of the month member.
yeah, we do a lot of that sort of debate and discussion right now. And going back to that, you should all be members of Wine of the Month. That's just me talking. So
I will say, we probably taste 20 sample bottles for every bottle that we pick out for One of the Month.
You're not wrong.
yeah, I think our consumer, like the clients at home, their heads would spin with the amount of stuff that we go through.
You know how much
And how we
garbage
use-
we weed out?
Oh man.
And even wine that's not garbage, it's just not great.
It's just
It's
okay.
just it's just like it's
Just okay,
fine,
not good enough.
or it doesn't taste like what it's supposed to. When
Or-
you consider the grape and where it comes from, it just tastes weird, or
Right, there has to be a quality price ratio in there.
that's
so
the QPR.
so I know what we're gonna sell this for, and this over
It's
exceeds.
stupid. This
right.
juice trades for twice the price in some places.
And
Think
that's
about
not even
that.
counting the email price.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So the thing is,
Email price is gonna be
what we
bonkers.
normally sell this at is exactly kind of. It still overperforms, but it's pretty
Yep.
close to what it should be at.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But what we're gonna offer it at, crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Bonkers.
here's crazy.
Cheers.
Cheers again.